Hello and welcome to KimMcGillis.com. I'm Kim, and if you've missed my Facebook Live last evening, I just wanted to recap and show you exactly how I made my fun fold card. So I was featuring the Rustic Countdown Kit. It's gorgeous. It's a Christmas kit, and if you follow me regularly, you would see from my Instagram, also from my Facebook page, that I showcase the countdown on a frame. I wanted to do different just because I do have customers that prefer making cards, and I do have an event coming at the Van Clec Vineyard locally, and I knew some people would prefer making cards. So I want to share a fun fold card today, and this card can be duplicated as a very simple card. I just wanted to make a fun fold card for you all. So the kit comes in this beautiful box. Instructions are displayed. Of course, you don't have to follow the instructions if you don't wish to. And for this instance, I didn't. My kit has already been opened just because I used it to create that first card yesterday. But it does come with mini glue dots and dimensionals and all these numbers until number 25, and then we will be needing one little bow, so I'm going to set this aside already. And then it has different patterns. It's like 4 different patterns, and I will be making fun folds in all the different patterns. And for this week, if you order with me for $60, you're going to be getting 4 different fun fold cards. Double, because I'm giving you double. I love that you can just duplicate and then give them away. Everything's going to be pre-cut for you. The only thing that you will have to do is stamp. So we'll be using this little pocket, and then we'll be using the twine, but for now I do not need it. And then we'll take one of the wreath and then the paler one. And what I do love about them is they have like a watercolor look. So you see here, it's a bit lighter. So we'll toss this box aside because I think I have pretty much what I need here. And also they have these beautiful gems. So let's get crafting. You will need specific measurements that I will show and explain to you at the same time. This is a part I need here. My cardstock's already been pre-cut. I did use also a bundle that is from the mini catalog. It's on page 28 and 29, and it's called The Joy of Christmas. And that's what I'm using for my greeting. I'm going to be using the Noel from that collection. I will also be using a folder that's on page 33. And this one is called Christmas Tidings Embossing Folder. I just love the little gingerbread man and everything that it had to offer. So we're going to be using that as well. Cardstock. I used white, early espresso, cherry cobbler, and mossy meadow. And our first piece, which is going to be like our card base, is a white card base that is 4 1/4 by 8 1/4, and I scored at 5 1/2. So I'm just going to burnish it a little bit more. And then I need a background layer, and I used cherry cobbler. So we'll put some cherry cobbler inside here. And this piece is 4 by 5 1/4. And then you just glue it on to the bottom of your card base. Like this. Perfect. So from the Joy collection of Noel, there's also that beautiful DSP, and this is the part that I will be layering just on the inside. I just left a 1/8 border just because of the cherry cobbler, because I didn't want it to stand out too much. So your DSP portion needs to be the size of 3/7/8 by 5 1/8 if you want that same border look around it. I am going to do the top layer right away, and the reason why is because I want to show you the simplicity of not doing this extravagant fold like I did. So I want you to have the opportunity to do either. So we'll be needing a piece of early espresso, and this is for the top flap. It's 4 1/8 by 2 5/8. And then I'm just gonna layer it right on top here. My second piece will be from the same DSP, and this one will be 4 by 2 1/2. Now I could go this way or this way, but I think I'm gonna go with the early espresso look, just going basic. So this is your flap. And then you would need a mossy meadow piece that's 3 1/8 by 4 1/8. And the reason I picked this size is because my envelope or pocket will fit perfectly on that piece. So then I would just glue it on top here, like this. And then your card would open exactly like mine here. If you want to create a second layer for the inside, then you need a piece that is 10 inch by 3 1/4, and it would be scored at 5 inches. And this would be to put on the inside. You would then glue the back portion. You could either put it where this cardstock ends and then you have less of a big border, or you could go closer to the score line, which gives you a bit more of the DSP at the bottom. I just want to make sure that you are seeing this. Here we go, right here. So this would be a fold. You'd have this layer on top, and then you would open this layer. And then I used early espresso to put on the inside, and use the embossing folder just because I wanted to create some texture. So this is going to be the inside of the card. And then we'll put this layer embossed right here. So let me just take So I will need my plate number 1, my plate number 3, well, double plates number 3, because this is not a 3D embossing folder, so we are not using plate 4. And here we go. I love adding embossing folders to my creations just because it just makes it that much better. And a cute decor like this. So then we have this flap. This flap's gonna open like that. And if you follow me regularly, you know how I love to use my scrap pieces. So I just added a scrap piece at the bottom to embellish. And then the joy of Noel is this stamp set. I am gonna stamp a greeting in cherry cobbler, and then we'll stamp it at the top because, oh boy, I just missed. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stamp at the bottom, and it does happen sometimes. This is what happens when you're stamping standing up. How do we fix mistakes? I was gonna add a picture at the bottom. Instead, we'll just put the picture at the top, and voila, it is repaired, fixed. No more issues there. So then this part is gonna go on the inside. And it's actually a better plan to have it at the top. Why? Because when my card is folded, I didn't want to see the border of the card on each side. So I'm just gonna pop up our picture. And then this is the layer on the inside. So then with the flap, it just hides the card. If I would have put it lower, then we would have seen this border. So really, it turned out great. Now I'm gonna take a piece of, we'll set this aside, just white cardstock and early espresso ink. And then I'm gonna stamp the Noel right here. And then I'm gonna take out my cutter again, because it has the coordinating die, which is beautiful, right? Having coordinating dies, we don't need to do some fussy cutting or anything like that. So you do need to add your number 2 plate back, and then you'll get to see the Noel die cut. I like to keep my top plate the same one as always, just because if you keep the same top plate, it will just last longer. So this is one of the tips that I like to do. And then once the bottom plate gets too used, and I just flip this top plate at the bottom, it just prolongs your plates. So here we go. We have the N, the L, E, and O. So they are all here. So now I'm going to take my 2-inch punch, and this is part of the online exclusive. And I'm just going to punch myself a big circle here. And that's going to be to set my Noel right on top, like this. The other option would be to use our numbers that comes in the kit. So I'm gonna pop this beautiful envelope that's part of the kit, and I could slide in a gift card. I could put in a little piece of paper with a love note in there. There's so many things you could do. You could add more pictures. Those are different things that you may want to do for yours. I love to pop my cards, so I'm just gonna make this wreath stand out right here, and then we're gonna mount a second layer on top. If you want to use, not do two layers and then use more of the wreaths to make more cards. When you think about it, there's 25 pieces to create these little folders in your Rustic Countdown Kit. So you can just imagine how these kits, it's almost you're making a card for $1, because the kit is $26 Canadian, so it's a pretty good deal. So my first option would be to just put the number here, and then my second option would be to do my Noel just like I did. I think for sake of today, because I've already done yesterday on my Facebook Live the Noel like this, I am just gonna do the number. So showcase the number 25, December 25th. But like I said, you could do like me, like my other card, which I'll show you with this part. And then you use your little mini glue dots to glue that bow. right down here. From my first kit, I still have like piles of these left over. So when I did the full advent calendar, still have lots and lots left over, which is like a blessing here. Same goes for the ribbon. And then I like odd numbers, so I'm just gonna add a 5th here, but you could put as many as you want. So how it goes is you have this layer coming up, then you have this one on the inside, and then you have this one, which you could add pictures just like I've done. The kit comes with 2 types of twine, so you have this as well. And I just want to show you my final card. So this is the one that I made on my live, but you can use the numbers, both are super cute. And then for the inside, I added, and I could remove this, it's just for my photos, but just a piece of paper that I stamped on with cherry cobbler to add my gift card in here. So the person would be receiving cute gift card to pull out. I did go to Starbucks and I asked them if they had their Christmas gift cards, but they didn't yet. They were still in the Halloween cards. So, and then on the inside, I would open up and then there's a photo here, but I could also use and just put a greeting. And then the other layer would be exactly another picture. So it's kind of a cute card. If you do not want this layer, you don't have to. You could just have this background, but I just wanted to make a thicker cards. We love giving cards to grandparents and adding the current photo of the year and so on. So it's kind of a cute thing to do. Let's pop this little ribbon back out. So this is card number 1. I will have 3 other folds to show you. So you might want to come back to my YouTubes just to get to see these, but I'm showing you different options with the inside here and then these 2. So I hope you like it. Please comment. I would love to know if you love this layout, find it too complicated. I love receiving feedback, and please come and join me back because I will have the other 3 cards because it's part of my cards by mail where in the customers order, they get these. They'll be getting them in double, so I guess they could give one away and keep one, but they get 4 different designs and then and double, so twice, so 8 cards for this week. Hope you love this project. Have a great day. Bye-bye.